Hi, my name's Suzanne Day and I run a charity and a business for stopping domestic violence. And today I've got some information about ego and domestic violence. So here's some questions to ask yourself about this. What is ego? And what happens when you're in your ego? And what is an ego death? So ego is the self. It is what is yourself and how you behave and interact with the world around you. What you think of yourself and what matters in your world. What is your focus in your life? What is the most important thing to you in your life? Is it status, finances, being right, being the most important person, having more than others? That will tell you if you're acting out of ego or not. And it can also be your identity, how you identify yourself in the world, and what is the most important thing for you. And a person in ego values all of these things like material things, status, being better, more important, or having more than others. And they need to be the best to fill their ego so they feel okay about themselves and of value to the world. And they don't care about others' needs or value. And they cannot admit to being wrong about a situation or work on being a better person or even helping others. They're selfish, they're abusive, and often will be abusers and domestic violence perpetrators, as they do not want to care for anyone else or their needs. And it's all about them and what they get out of you or the world. There's no give or take in the relationship. It's one-sided and one point of view and only their needs that matter. And those who are stuck in ego will not care what happens to others. They only care about what matters to them. And they need to have the best education, the best knowledge, the best car, the best house, the most money in the bank. They're often leaders and those who are at the top, and they love to control and manipulate others so that they can win, and they always come out the best. And their motives are not honest and for the good of all beings around them, but they're all about them and pumping up their own self-importance. They can only think about their own needs and what's good for them. And anyone around them and their needs does not matter to them, and it's all about the self and being the best. And they can't say sorry to others as they're being right. Being right is the most important thing to them. And their own life is above everyone else's. They can't see other beings' needs at all. And those in ego will often need to be validated by others, and they can't validate themselves. And they need to do a lot of work on their self-esteem to improve their situation. And working on your self-referencing beliefs can also be helpful to you, because you collapse all your ego beliefs and you work on the good for all beings in the universe. And those in ego are very insecure of themselves. They're not based on self-love to themselves and the world. They're covering up their own insecurity and projecting this onto others around them. And it's a win at all cost for them without caring who is hurt in the process. And often it's about show and tell to the world and how good they are. And those in ego love to show off what they've done, so they feel more important in the world, and this dictates what their behaviour is and how they act and what they say. Their self-hypnosis is an intense focus on themselves and their own story. They have a false pride and they want to be the best. They want to beat everyone around them. This is based on their own self-interest, how important they can make themselves feel. Their primary motive is a sense of superiority to those around them. They're overconfident of themselves, and it can be difficult. They can be difficult to handle. They easily insult others so that they win and come out looking the best. They're very self-obsessed with their own needs, and they have no empathy for anyone else. And they can't take any responsibility for their actions, and they'll beat themselves up when they're wrong about something. And you cannot work they cannot work on any growth or improvement in their life, and they will speak bad about others and themselves, and they can't show kindness and value of anyone else. And when you work on your ego, you will have an ego death, and you will feel at one with the universe and all beings in the world. And you see everything as connected as one, and you see that everything works together and it all matters to you. And also you will see the bigger picture of the universe, how every person, animal, being, planet, and Mother Earth herself all matters, and it creates the one. It's all part of the one universe, and the universe of the universes. And it's often a spiritual experience for you. And doing meditation and working on your personal wounds will help you to have an ego death, so you no longer operate out of your ego. And if you like this video, you can push the like button, and you can also subscribe to our page. Thank you.